It's week 7 of the National Football League, and our focus is on the Lions' creative quarterback. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
And we find ourselves at the state. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Vikings to go on offense for the first time, and it's a rookie at the helm, the 10th overall pick back in April out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single-covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Here's McCarthy. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Pass complete to Addison. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air with McCarthy. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 23. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. Escapes the defender. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. Complete to right. And he is going to lose yardage here. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. Gibbs straight ahead, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The Lions in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Steps away to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5.
Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 47 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now back to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And now a fumble. The ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw again. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll drop to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Throwing is McCarthy. To the right side, and he's got more complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's McCarthy. Buying time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Trucks over him. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He'll drop to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback. His way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. And Jones has it over the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
This 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back to throw now on first down. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. To the air with McCarthy. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
A loss of 10 yards from the play. It's now 3rd down.
So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They go play action here on first down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Second down and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. They're going to look to throw. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now McCarthy The left side completion to Jones. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
McCarthy off the play fake. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And he will have the Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run wide side with Jones. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Javon Hargrave. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Now 3rd down and very long. He'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. They'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football and making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Moore, the man in motion. On play action. Now McCarthy. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An inside give to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. Throwing is McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Moore, the man in motion. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. To the air again, McCarthy. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. On play action, McCarthy going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught, and they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Back to throw here. This to Laporta, right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 2. Williams, a man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Still fighting for more. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And just shutting him off there. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.